An operative's death doesn't start with a sniper's bullet or in some damp counterintelligence basement. It starts with the faint, crisp crinkle of newsprint at the Farragut North Metro station. That sound is an echo of a sentence signed 10,000 miles away in the sterile classrooms of elite spy schools outside Moscow. One careless gesture, a movement turned into a reflex over years of living in a country that, officially, doesn't exist for you. A second ago, you were a ghost, a perfect cog in the machine of a global standoff. Now, you're a dead man who's still breathing. In the great game, there are no small things. There is only the biomechanics of failure, where your own hands become your worst enemies. Washington, October 1981. The city is choking on a cold drizzle, smelling of wet asphalt and cheap gasoline. An officer from the KGB's First Chief Directorate, working under diplomatic cover, steps out of a subway car. His name is Victor, though his ID says something else entirely. His legend is as solid as the granite at Arlington Cemetery. 5 years of grueling work, thousands of hours perfecting his accent, his manners, his taste in food and clothes. He knows the stats of the local baseball team better than his own life story. His suit was bought at a generic department store. His shoes are worn down exactly like someone who spends 8 hours a day on his feet. He's a shadow, dissolved into the gray crowd of bureaucrats and clerks. Victor is a top-tier pro. He was trained to control his heart rate, his pupils, even his sweat. He's passed 100 polygraphs. He knows how to shake a tail using nothing but a store window reflection and a change in stride. In his briefcase are microfilms that could shift the balance of power in Europe for the next decade. He's calm. His confidence isn't bravado, it's cold calculation. He thinks he's thought of everything. But the human brain is a traitor. Deep in the subconscious, in the layers no training can touch, lives muscle memory. It waits for that split second when your guard drops. On the platform, he picks up a fresh copy of The Washington Post. It's a standard part of his look, just another local killing time with the news. He glances at the headlines about Reagan and the air traffic controllers. It's all background noise. His mind is already at the drop point, 40 minutes away. He folds the paper. At that moment, time slows down to the frame rate of an old film camera. His fingers move fast and sure. It's not a thought, it's a reflex, as natural as breathing. In the States or the UK, you fold a newspaper once, vertically, into a long, thin rectangle. It's easy to hold with one hand on a crowded train. But in the Soviet Union, things are different. There, the lack of space in coat pockets or bags dictates a different kind of ergonomics. Victor makes a sharp move. One fold, then another. The paper turns into a thick, unnaturally even square. The sharp corners of the paper dig into his palm. He tucks this paper brick into his raincoat pocket. He doesn't notice how the fresh sheet snaps, forming a cross-shaped crease. He doesn't feel his life falling apart with that one gesture. 2 men in nondescript jackets are standing by the escalator. They've been with FBI counterintelligence for 11 years. Their job isn't about car chases. It's about endless waiting and spotting anomalies. They aren't looking for a man with a gun. They're looking for a man who doesn't fit the landscape. One of them glances at Victor's right pocket. In a world of total uniformity, that bulging square of newsprint is like a scream in an empty room. It's a bug in the code, a glitch in the matrix. Americans don't do that. Never. That one move marks him as someone who spent 30 years in a country where you folded Pravda exactly like that so it would fit in the pocket of a quilted work jacket or a military overcoat. The hunt begins. This isn't a Hollywood movie with screeching tires. It's the work of a cold, soulless machine. Counterintelligence is silence. It's the faint click of a relay in a bugging device. It's the hum of a surveillance van following 3 blocks behind. Victor walks down the street, and his paranoia, sharpened over years, starts sending signals. But he doesn't see a tail. The FBI uses distance surveillance. They don't get close. They just log every stop, every look at his watch. They already know who he is. That square in his pocket was the key that unlocked his entire past. In the archives at Langley and D.C., the tape reels start spinning. Analysts cross-reference the data. Diplomatic lists, embassy parties, travel routes over the last 2 years. Everything clicks. A small habit learned as a kid in Moscow just erased decades of training. As Victor heads to the dead drop in the park, an invisible net tightens around him. He feels a metallic chill in the air, the smell of ozone before a storm. But he brushes it off as normal operational stress. He doesn't know he's already been burned. His legend has crumbled like dry leaves under his boots. The physiology of failure is a sudden spike of adrenaline that makes your fingertips shake. As Victor approaches a trash can to leave a signal, he suddenly freezes. The silence around him becomes too heavy. He can't hear the city anymore. Just the rush of blood in his ears and the distant, barely audible crunch of gravel behind him. In that moment, he realizes everything. He remembers how he folded the paper. He feels that damn square in his pocket, and now it feels heavier than lead. He knows he's lost. Not because of a mole or a technical glitch. His own flesh betrayed him. A spy isn't destroyed by the enemy. He's destroyed by nature. A human being is a collection of habits and reflexes. We can learn a language, change our name, even get skin grafts, but we can't strip away how we hold a fork, how we tie our shoes, or how we fold the morning news. It's a deep, instinctive need for comfort, a return to your roots when your mind is busy elsewhere. In this gray world of professionals, the winner isn't the strongest or the smartest. It's the one who managed to completely amputate their own humanity. They'll take Victor quietly, no scene. They'll pin him to a wall, making sure he can't reach the cyanide pill in his collar. In the interrogation room, he'll stay silent, staring into nothing. And on the table in front of him, there will be that same copy of the Washington Post. Fresh, with those sharp, unnatural creases at the corners. A reminder that perfect agents don't exist. There are only those who haven't made their fatal, automatic mistake yet. In this quiet war, victory always belongs to the small things, the invisible seams that hold our daily lives together.